Hello everyone, my name is Sonia Jerry Akpan and my teammates and I will be presenting on surveying security threats of machine learning models. And I'm here with Chelsea Bronze, Enobikal, and Brandon. Together we'll explore the evolving field of machine learning security threats and we'll be walking you through our key findings and insights. Here is an overview of what we'll be covering today. The presentation is structured into 5 major sections. We'll begin with the foundation of machine learning security, followed by a breakdown of categorized threat types such as data and model-oriented attacks. Next, we'll examine system-level risks, including real-world case scenarios. We'll also discuss the ongoing limitations in the field and propose future research directions. This aims to foster a comprehensive understanding of machine learning vulnerabilities and defense mechanisms, which are grounded in empirical research. For the foundation of machine learning security, machine learning plays a central role in making modern decisions across domains like healthcare, finance, and national security. As these technologies become embedded in critical operations, they also introduce new and sophisticated attack surfaces, which adversaries are increasingly exploiting to compromise data integrity, expose sensitive information, or manipulate outcomes. Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence that enables systems to learn from data and make predictions or decisions without explicitly programmed for every possible scenario. Machine learning systems then refer to protection of these systems from threats targeting their data, the model, or the infrastructure. As machine learning systems become foundational to critical services, it is essential that we secure them to maintain accuracy, fairness, privacy, and public trust. Now we'll be talking about the importance of machine learning security. The increasing use of machine learning in high-stakes environments introduces new attack surfaces, as I said earlier. A successful breach can lead to misinformation, data leakage, ethical violations, or financial damage. Therefore, addressing machine learning security is not only a technical necessity, but also a moral and societal imperative and prerequisite for safe deployment in critical sectors. Understanding and mitigating these risks are crucial to maintain public trust. With that in mind, my teammate Eno will now dive deeper into the specific categories for threats facing machine learning systems.
Overview of threat categories. So there's threats to ML models that are categorized based on where and how they exploit system vulnerabilities. There are data-oriented attacks, which corrupt training or input data. And then there's model-oriented attacks, which compromise the model's parameters, logic, or integrity. And then there's system-oriented attacks, which target the infrastructure such as hardware or cloud environments. And this categorization allows for a layered security approach. Continuing, data-oriented and model-oriented attack and defenses. Attackers can poison training data to manipulate model behavior. These attacks fall into indiscriminate poisoning, which aims to reduce overall model performance, targeted poisoning, which alters outputs for specific inputs, and then there's backdoor attacks, which triggers malicious behavior when a specific pattern is present. And there's the visual right there. So a real world examples of data attacks. So there's some studies like Sina et al., which have demonstrated attacks like poison frog and bullseye polytype, where poisoned inputs subtly manipulate learning. These attacks evade detection during training validation, but significantly compromise model performance during development. And there is the example right there. So defenses against data threats. So to mitigate poison data, this is what we need to do. We need to have training with robust influence minimization, which is acronym for TRIM, which reduces the influence of anomalous points. And then we need reject on negative impact, acronym Ronnie, rejects data with negative impacts on the model. And then adversarial, uncertainty aware, robust optimization for reliable learning, or integrates multi-party collaboration to resist poisoning. While effective, these defenses require extensive computer resources and may result in false positives. So, evasion and adversarial attacks. Unlike poisoning, evasion attacks occur during interference. Attackers modify inputs to trick models into incorrect predictions without tampering with training data. Examples include fast gradient sign method, FGSM, and projected gradient, PGD, which use gradients to craft adversarial examples. And then we have Jacobian-based saliency map attack, JSMA, which alters specific features to maximize misclassification. And then we have malware generative adversarial network, Malgun, which generates malicious content that bypasses ML-based malware detectors.
Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. So I will continue now with case studies related to this topic. So, for example, prompt injection. So, prompt injection is a variant of evasion, which targets large language models like ChatGPT. As outlined by Leo et al., he demonstrates that crafted instructions embedded in the input can override built-in safety mechanisms. These attacks show the growing complexity of adversarial threats in NLP applications. To continue, defenses against evasion. So defenses against evasion techniques such as deep K, nearest neighbors, or deep KNN for short, adversarial training, and input randomization, and finally features squeezing help resist interference time attacks. While effective in increasing robustness, they may negatively affect clean input accuracy and system latency. And next is model-oriented attacks. Model-oriented attacks compromise the logic structure or training data of an ML model. They include model extraction, which is replicating model behavior, membership interference, which identifies whether a sample was part of a training data, model inversion, which reconstructs input data, and finally, backdoor insertion, which embeds covert logic. These attacks pose direct threats to data privacy and intellectual property. Next, defenses for model level threats. These defenses include differential privacy, which uses noise injection for anonymity, homomorphic encryption, which is secure computation, and backdoor detection tools like NeuroCleanse and activation clustering. While promising, these techniques often require significant resources and may limit model functionality. And as you can see in the diagram, this is a clear illustration of poisoning, evasion, and model extraction attacks and how they are used and implemented in the process. And final section is system level risk and real world examples. So these include machine learning as a service, or MLAAS, exploits, which abuse cloud APIs for model extraction or data poisoning. Next, we have sensory spoofing, which manipulate physical inputs in autonomous systems. Next, image scaling attacks, which uses resizing inconsistency to corrupt interference. And finally, side channel attacks, which leverage hardware level leaks to interfere sensitive data.
So we have case studies and case studies of system threats, and some of them include Hermes attack. And in Hermes attack, PCI bus sniffing to reconstruct model parameter. That's what it's about. And then with image scaling attack, it adjusts image resolution to confuse classification. And these incidents show that even hardware configuration can undermine machine learning system security. Okay. And then we move on to system level defenses. Here, we know that mitigation approaches, some of the mitigation approaches include AES encryption, which is for secure data storage, and role-based access control for access control in cloud setting. Also, federated learning decentralizes data to reduce central attack vectors. Real-time monitoring uses platform like APAC, Kafka, which enables early anomaly detection. So challenges that we've come across in machine learning security include few solutions which are adaptive and scalable. We also have encountered evaluation lacking standardized benchmark, and defenses often losing model usability. So addressing these issues will require a collaborative cross-domain innovation as well. So in conclusion and future work, we believe that security in machine learning systems must be proactive, lightweight, and context-aware. Promising direction include self-healing models that detect and recover from attacks, causality-aware defenses for better robustness, and cross-disciplinary research bridging machine learning, security, and system engineering altogether. So these are our references that we use for our project. I think we had about 12 of them as well for references. And this comes to the end of our presentation. So that's it.